She's all excited.
We have pets
We're gonna
with
poop
poop.
on pets. Hey, I'm Bill McCuddy.
Who am I?
You're Patrick McLaughlin, and the lovely Bridget Leroy is in Costa Rica facing some kind of charges. No, she's on vacation. So look who's going to sit in for her. This is Brooks Nader.
Who is Brooks
on the cover
Nader?
of Daily? Is it just me, or does this look just like Kaya Gerber?
I don't know who What's Her Gerber is.
Are they women or AI? This is unbelievable to me. She's gorgeous, but she looks just like.
She looks just like you, Bill.
We'll do the weather in a minute.
Okay.
So she's ready. Look, this is Weekend Live. We can't believe it's a show either. By the way, I got a note that said college students who watch this, every time I say we can't believe this is a show, they take a shot at something. So
obviously
we're
they're
pretty
going to get
proud
very
of that.
drunk watching this.
Please.
Oh my God! People actually watch this show.
I'm as stunned as you are.
God,
We've
no.
got the weather, we've got movies, we've got a really exciting guest here who's an old friend of both of ours. Dave
He doesn't
Karger.
really like you.
Dave Karger from Who
pretending to
Does?
like you.
Dave Karger from TCM.
Not
You'll recognize him as the guy who says, and now let's go to Ben-Hur. And anyway, he talked to 50 different iconic stars and filmmakers on their career-defining Oscar wins. It's all in something called 50 Oscar Nights. He doesn't know this, but we're going to ask him what he's looking forward to this summer, movie-wise. And speaking,
Did you ask him if we can ask him about
I
what's
like
coming?
I like to roll things without a pre-production.
Yeah, that's good.
Speaking
That's good.
of
That's a
summer
good way
movies,
to do a television show.
Steve
Yes.
Carell and Kristen Wiig drop by to tell us all about Despicable
I
Me
missed them.
4.
Are they in the green room?
No, they're on tape. But they're going to tell us all about the first 3 Despicables and how 4 ties into all of that.
That's awesome. And I got to tell you, Despicable Me 1, 2, 3. I'll have to watch them.
So, okay, I was just going to say, so many unanswered questions from the first 3 that we
Yes.
hope 4 can answer. And then we have some live guests besides Dave Karger.
Yeah, well, we have comedian Tom Kelly, who, if you don't follow on Instagram, you should. He's actually hilarious, a funny guy. He did your TV show that you do with Bridget, Air Hamptons, back
Right.
in the
A
winter.
little while ago. That's a radio show. Thanks for listening. And
I don't listen. I make a guest appearance every now and
he's
then.
part of the summer comedy extravaganza that's happening in Southampton at our friends at Maine Prospect.
Is Tom here yet?
Tom will be here any minute. Also,
What time? No, okay.
Lupita Nyong'o, am I saying that correctly? Dave?
She's going to be here?
She and a cat fill us in on A Quiet Place Day 1. And finally, WagsandWalks.org's founder Lesley Brog and Kate Zuckerman are here, brought to you by all of our fine sponsors, and we're having a puppy day.
Our show always goes to the dogs.
We're
It's kind of inevitable.
We're going to show you exactly how.
Oh my God,
to
Dave
adopt
Karger just left the building. He watched the first 3
Yeah,
minutes
he's not
and already
stupid.
he
He's
left.
he's in a cab right now. He's in an
I wish this
Uber.
were beer. It's not.
By the way, are you having as much trouble? Welcome to Weekend Live, the Hamptons Now. The show
Weekend. We
that-
should call this Weekend Semi-Live because I don't feel very live.
Well, we are repeatedly over the weekend, and we're
So I'm
excited
told.
about
So I'm
that.
told. So I'm told. So I'm told.
No.
I don't watch this show either. So.
We're going to talk about the weekend movies at Sag Harbor and East Hampton.
Some big new Hollywood movies coming out soon. Jerry Maguire, never heard of that one. Men in Black, I hear good things
Okay,
about that
this
one.
is
It's got good
obviously a
investment buzz.
retro at Sag Harbor that they do so well.
And some movie called The Goonies.
Yeah.
It's coming out this weekend. I'm
right.
excited to see it.
Okay.
And there's some new chick named Cyndi Lauper or something.
is
She
gonna
sings
be-
the theme song.
It's going to be a long hour.
Damn it, don't
Weekend-
you wish we called Jackie to come in?
Weekend Live, the Hamptons Now, is brought to you by a lot of nice folks, including Canoe Place Inn and Cottages in Hampton Bays, Douglas Elliman Real Estate, and
That'd
the
be
Elliman
me.
Insider.
That's why they let me do this show, because I hope get an advertising.
Well, they've changed their mind. You get the memo later. And the real estate and financial expertise of Melissa Cohen Group and the William Ravis Mortgage,
Company.
more at ravis.com, and James Lane Post.
They're covering arts, culture, and lifestyle in the East End.
Somehow-
and more.
Somehow it's cultural.
JamesLanePost.com.
And I'm still involved in it.
What's the weather, Bill? Let's
We
talk
have
weather.
tag sales. In a moment, we're going to meet Mr. Dave Karger, but let's throw up the weather. We had kind of a rainy Friday going into the weekend.
Icky.
Or I would say humid, and then we had 88%. That's scorching. So
I only have 35 people at my
77,
house today.
low
So
how many
okay.
people?
35 people coming to my house today.
Sun,
I wish I were kidding.
Saturday looks like we're gonna have a little rain, high 78, low 71, or 70 if you're looking at the visual there. is just 6. That's how cloud covered it is. And then on Sunday, partly cloudy, humidity 83%, highs you see 78.
Why does the cloud have a goatee?
I don't.
And it looks like a woman,
It's
so
like a
I don't think it's like a feminine cloud with a goatee.
It's a
I don't get it.
Brooklyn hipster trans cloud, I guess. Is that what it is? I don't know. Hey, we're gonna get canceled any second now, but before we do, come back live to the great Mr. Dave Karger.
I'm holding his book since Bill won't let me talk.
Please. Okay,
There
there
you
we
go.
are. For some reason, we waited to get the shot.
We do have a
adjust
full
the
screen
camera.
of
There
Dave's
it
book
is.
as
Good.
well.
50 Oscar
50
nights.
Oscar nights, iconic stars and filmmakers on their career-defining wins. Dave Karger.
There it is. Boom.
On a mission of mercy, Dave Karger has agreed to do this television show.
It's a pleasure.
yes.
It's great to see you guys. 2 guys I've known for at least 25 years.
Yeah,
At
we're
least
as-
25 years.
We're as stunned
No,
as you are that you're
longer.
here. Thank you so
I
much.
know, we're still
Oh my
around.
God. So anyway, I gotta get the first question out here. You're not wearing Hoka's like everybody else. You're wearing New Balance. What's the story, Dave?
I like New Balance because they're wide.
Is that here across? Show us
wide?
the shot. Is that some kind of a?
Are these all right?
No, they're really nice sneakers. I think they're really cool. But everyone's wearing Hoka's now. I haven't succumbed to the Hoka trend or
Me either.
pressure.
No, I feel very casual. This was a last minute ask, so I don't.
You're
That's
doing
why
great so far.
I usually
Thank
bring
you.
a blazer on when
We
I
don't-
do a
we-
TV
You're all-
appearance.
You look-
By the way, the last time I wore this blazer was in August of 2023 because I still have the Hampton Classic button on it. Here, Jody, give it to a member, like of the studio audience. Anyway,
Dave, thanks
the
for
big
joining
book.
us. Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
lot of fanfare for this book. Like you've gotten some big buzz and a lot of
Yeah, it-
acclaim for this book.
Thank you. It was super fun to do. As you mentioned, it's a book where I do new interviews with 50 people who have won Oscars, from Meryl Streep to Elton John, John Legend, Nicole Kidman,
Right.
and got the story from them on what it was like to win an Academy Award. From the moment they woke up to the moment they went to bed that night, what was the whole day like? What do they remember about it? What they decided to say, who they went with, in some cases what they wore, how they feel about it all these years later. And for each person, I end the chapter with them telling me where their Oscar is
It's
now.
kept.
Oh, that's very
great.
cool.
So it was
So
really
who
fun
was
to
the
do.
tough get of the 50? Who was difficult? Anybody?
Meryl Streep was very hard to get, not because she didn't want to do it, but because she's so busy. And I
Right.
had to extend the deadline for her, but it was well worth it. I saved the last spot for her. The book ends with her.
Very cool.
And for people who have multiple Oscars, like of course Meryl Streep does, she has 3, I let them choose which one they wanted to talk about, which win. And she chose Sophie's Choice, which was the second win of her 3, but the first time she ever won Best Actress.
Correct. Yeah.
And she just had a great story to tell. She was pregnant at the time. She had to go to the basement of Saks to find a dress off the sale rack.
Are you kidding me?
Fit her. This was before the stylists and all of that. And
Oh my
because
God.
she was pregnant, she had to find this dress that had a lot of extra fabric in the back and then turn it around so that that extra fabric would cover her belly.
Wow.
So she wore her dress backwards.
I do that with a lot of sport coats.
No, you just have Sansa Anyway, let's keep it on Dave.
So and what was the big? You've covered this beat from way back, Entertainment Weekly, and a
Today
bunch
Show.
of always
Today
on
Show,
the Today
yeah.
Show. What was the surprise? What was the one?
If there's a surprise, it was for how many people the Oscar win day experience was not an entirely positive one. For a lot of the people
Wow.
that I interviewed in this book, and I suspected that it might be a little bit the case, it carries with it a lot of varying emotions. Guilt, anger, sadness, jealousy, all surrounding this experience. You would think, oh, someone's nominated for an Oscar or about to win an Oscar, everything in their life must be just perfect. Well, that wasn't the case. Sally Field was in a not great relationship with Burt Reynolds at the time, who was
Right.
not very supportive. And
Oh, the night she said you like me, you really like me.
No, that
She
was the
that
second
was-
time.
That was the
Oh,
second
okay,
time.
sorry. Okay, yeah.
No, but when Sally Field won for Norma Ray is what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
and Burt Reynolds was her boyfriend at the time, and the movie had gotten accepted into the Cannes Film Festival, and she said, "Burt, I'm going to Cannes," and he said, "You don't think you're going to win anything, do you?"
Oh, ouch.
And then he didn't even go with her to the Oscars. She brought some other friends. Marlee Matlin talks very openly about her very complicated relationship with William Hurt.
Right.
Jane Fonda was going through a really interesting time when she won her first Oscar for Clute. She felt like the whole Hollywood industry hated her because of her political activism.
Right.
She also felt very guilty after she won that she had an Oscar while her father, Henry Fonda, didn't have one yet. Elton John thinks he won the Oscar for the wrong song from The Lion King.
Get out of here.
He thinks, yeah, he won for Can You Feel the Love Tonight, but he said that he thinks Circle of Life should have won. He had 3 nominations that year.
Now, that wasn't a tough get, and I'm going to embarrass you for a moment. You're friendly with Elton John.
Yes.
And speak to him and travel and stuff like that. So he was one of the easier early on gets, I
Yeah,
would
so
imagine.
luckily for myself, I was able to get early yeses from Elton and Nicole Kidman because I know the two of them pretty well.
Right.
And that, as you both well know, as journalists and producers extraordinaire, it's all about who else is doing it.
Right.
When you reach
Right.
out to someone.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I was able to reach out to all the other 48 people and say, if you or your client it will be in this book, they will be featured alongside the likes of Nicole Kidman and Elton John. So that was very helpful, to say the least.
Well, let's talk about Nicole Kidman a little bit more because you spoke to her about her win
Yeah.
for the Hours.
Yeah, and her chapter maybe got the most attention for,
Right.
I think because people are very fascinated by her. And she speaks very openly in the interview about how she was at the top of the heap professionally, but things were not going well in her personal life. She was recently divorced from Tom Cruise. She hadn't yet met Keith Urban, so she was lonely in her personal life. And she talks about how she ended the night back at her hotel room, eating a hamburger and fries sitting on the floor and going to bed by herself and thinking, you know, I need to find a true love in my life. And she also told a great story, which just made me love her even more, that after she won, I guess she went to the governor's ball and she wanted to go back to her hotel.
Right.
And everyone surrounding her team said, oh no, you have to go to the Vanity Fair party and walk in with your Oscar and walk around the whole party holding your Oscar. And she said, that just sounds gross. But they said, no,
She's right. She's right.
That's what you do. So she did it, and she talks about how awkward she felt and just uncomfortable walking around. But I love Nicole Kidman for that reason. She's so in touch with her emotions, which is why she gives great performances and what makes her a really good interview as well.
And
She
one of the
won by a nose. And I'd like to say, and the reason I do say that is because it maybe was the beginning of the ugly up that so many actresses have done after that to try and, well, to get into character, but also maybe to get an Oscar.
Halle Berry had recently done it for Monsters Ball, and then Nicole was after that. But then, yes, you're right. In the following years, Charlize Theron
Yeah,
for
Charlize
Monsters. So
Monster,
yeah, without a doubt, that's what the voters want to see. They want to see the transformation,
Right.
without a doubt.
Well, one of the images we stole from your Instagram page was you with Pink. She went to the Oscars?
No.
I mean, people don't think of Pink as being.
That wasn't an Oscar picture, but so I recently got to.
Oh, look at you with Pink.
Oh yeah, I love her. So I recently got to host an event. Bob Mackey has become a friend of ours. I live out in Palm Springs, California now, most of the year. And
The great fashion designer,
Bob
we
Mackey's
should
a
say.
great
for
designer
people
who
don't know.
designs clothes for Cher and Carol Burnett and
Right.
you know Pink now. So I hosted an event where I interviewed Bob. It was after a screening of a new documentary that's about Bob's life and career. So on the stage was Bob, Cher, Carol Burnett, RuPaul, and Pink. And Pink was one of the last people that I interviewed when I worked at Entertainment Weekly. So I interviewed her in 2012, and she remains one of my favorite people. So it was great to get to see.
And you
her.
got to interview Cher, I guess.
And Cher was part of that panel as well, and I was delighted to discover that Cher really likes Turner Classic Movies, so she was very, very kind to me. It
She
was-
still looks amazing
Look at
as
her.
we
Look at
share
Carol
your
Burnett.
Instagram account.
Carol Burnett's
Everett.
91
Please follow
years old.
Dave.
Wow.
Please
Nine-
follow
Nice.
Dave Karger.
And she's actually, they're gonna do another season, I heard, of the television
Royale.
show Palm Royale.
And I can give you a little scoop that Carol Burnett and I are going to co-host a month-long series on Turner Classic Movies in December.
Holy cow!
Will we see Pete and Tilly?
We're not,
It's none of her movies? It's nothing she's
No.
been in? Okay.
Right.
But, wait, but you can.
I can't say more than
You
that.
can't
can't
say
say more.
what the concept is
Not
about,
yet.
okay. Well, it's gotta be her comedic.
She's gonna
favorite, I
sing.
guess. Hey, the book, who's gonna play you in the movie? When the rights get sold to
Matt
this?
Damon.
Who's-
There you go. Wait, before we go, Dave is gonna be part of East Hampton's, the library's Authors Night.
August 10th, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be sitting under a tent.
Signing copies.
Herrick Park, is that
Herrick Park, yes.
Have you never done it or been to it?
Never. So will you be there?
Wear light clothing. It's crazy. It's one of the coolest things that we do out here in the Hamptons in the summer. But it is literally like speed dating with hundreds of people walking from booth to booth to booth.
I hope people come and say hi to me and
they-
buy a book
they
or two.
will.
You know I will be there. I will be there and have you sign my copy.
Great.
And
there as well.
you're gonna have a good time. Authors Night's a lot of fun.
Diana Nyad,
Oh,
Neil
cool.
deGrasse Tyson,
Brian,
Brian
he's
Stelter,
great.
Joy Reid. It's a great list.
Is Brian De Palma back this year? He was
didn't
there
see
like
him on
he was
it.
there before. There are some usual suspects. It's always a
Dick
good time.
Cavett will probably be there.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Hey,
great.
what's coming this summer that you're looking forward to? We teased, we said, is there anything on the horizon?
Beetlejuice, the sequel.
Yeah,
Really?
you think that's going to be
I
good?
think it's gonna be fun. And there's a movie coming out in September called Wolves, which is George
Yes,
Clooney
George
and Brad
Clooney and
Pitt
Brad Pitt,
as
yeah.
two fixers who kind of have to do the same job together. But
They both
they're
get hired
rivals.
inadvertently for
Yeah.
the same thing.
That looks really fun. I'm
Okay,
excited for that.
Dave, thank you so much for doing
Anytime.
this.
we will see you at the
What
movies.
an honor to have you here and like,
Great
so
to see you guys.
Hey, speaking of movies, we told you Despicable 4 is opening, and for
Despicable
those-
Me for.
Despicable Me 4. When I think of
The only reason
when I
I'm on
think of
this
the
show
I
is just to
think of
correct you.
Despicable. Yes, thank you. Let's talk about Despicable 4 Me, and let's listen to Steve Carell and Kristen Wiig describing everything you've missed until this. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Steve Carell.
And I'm Kristen Wiig.
And today we are going to look back at our favorite moments from the Despicable Me movies
No, I'm so excited.
in 78 seconds.
What? Why 78 seconds?
Read your contract. Let's go. In the original Despicable Me, we meet Gru, the world's greatest supervillain. We are going to steal the moon! But then, Gru's heart is stolen not by Vector, but 3 adorable girls.
Enough about movie 1. Let's get to my part. Hi. In Despicable Me 2, Gru is now the world's best dad.
Never get older. So, there he is, up to no good, and bam! Lucy comes along and kidnaps
Well,
him.
I mean, she has her reasons.
Yeah, Lucy recruits Gru into the Anti-Villain League and they work together to save the world.
You're gonna be a spy?
Right, baby? Also, all the minions turn evil, but we fix that.
Oh, the power of love and a good lipstick taser.
Then Gru's back to being a kid and there's a T-Rex.
What?
Sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. That's the Minion movies. Forget it. Let's just move on. Go,
Okay,
go.
in Despicable Me 3, Gru, Lucy, and the kids are now a family.
When Gru finds out that he has an identical twin brother.
Drew, a cuter version of Gru.
He does. He has great hair. Okay, on to Despicable Me 4.
Okay, now Gru and Lucy are the proud parents of a new baby Gru Jr. who just hates his dad.
And Gru's old rivalry with the villain Maxime Lamal causes the whole family to have to go into hiding.
I'm coming for my revenge, Gru!
In an undercover family vacation, they get new identities, new neighbors, and even the minions get an upgrade.
Oh yeah, the Mega Minions, those crazy guys. Then what happens?
You'll have to go see Despicable Me 4 when it hits theaters, July 3rd.
Whew, we made it! 78 seconds flat!
Right on the nose.
Not even close.
Oh.
We are all caught
Oh my
up
God,
now.
look at this.
And from minions to even cuter, look at the puppies that we brought you.
Look at this.
This is.
Can we
who
get
do
a close up?
Who do we have here?
Jody, can we get a close up at this cute face? Look at this face. Not mine. This is Chicklet.
Chicklet.
Chicklet, say hello to the camera.
The nice folks from wagsandwalks.org, founder Lesley Brog. And
Lesley Brog.
our favorite Kate
Oh,
Zuckerman
Chicklet.
are here. And they brought puppies, and you can actually adopt them. Ladies, welcome to this craziness. Can you believe you're on this show?
Such, oh God,
We're not
such
sure it is a
adrenaline
show.
on
All
this
right,
show,
okay.
right?
We can't believe it.
Yeah. Anyway, tell us about who we have here. But
All right, I'm gonna give. He's crying. She's crying. Oh,
Kate,
Chicklet.
who do you have?
They're sisters. This is
They're
this is
sisters, Chiclet and Rolo.
And
They're
Rolo.
part
They're
of a
so
candy
sweet.
litter,
Yes.
candy themed litter. These pups and 25 others were saved from high kill shelters in the South and brought to the Hamptons to be adopted.
They're all in the South. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to make a broad, but
true.
a large number of these animals are coming from the South, where they're in the wild, or they're breeding sort of.
It's a tricky place to be in the South. It's also, so Wags and Walks started in Los Angeles.
Right.
Because that's also a place where dogs, there's just overcrowding and they go into these shelters and no one takes them out, and so they have to be euthanized. And so when I learned that 13 years ago, I started Wags and Walks because I couldn't stand to know that fact and not do anything about it.
And they've done almost 13,000 adoptions to the.
Whoa, bravo.
Yeah, very nice.
What year did you start?
In 2011,
Oh, that's great.
yep,
And what's so amazing is that Lesley started this in Los Angeles, but she obviously saw that there was a need for and a desire for people to adopt these adorable dogs in New York. So last
And
summer was
Nashville, right?
Yes,
You're-
Nashville too. Nashville was after Los Angeles. I know, Chicklet
They're
and Roll.
I
typical
want to warn
sisters.
our viewers, these two must go as a set. You can't.
No, they
you
don't.
can't- No? Okay.
Oh my
We
gosh!
because of that, we discourage adopting siblings together.
Do you?
Oh, let me say
okay.
hello. I'll say hello. Rolo, what are you doing, Rolo?
But separately, we have so many coming tomorrow. We have an adoption event.
So this weekend, there isn't, in fact, all
Summer long for the
you're doing
throughout the month of July.
This weekend, you're in Amagansett, is that right?
Where are you gonna be located in Amagansett?
We'll be in Amagansett Square on
cool.
Saturday from 9 to 5.
And how many adoptable animals are gonna be there?
So we brought 25 in from the south about a week and a half ago, and there are 9 left, if you can imagine. So we are gonna save another 25 in a couple days and looking for people to foster them. And that's the way we save them
Note to
here.
Mrs. McCuddy, we are not doing that again.
I don't know,
Because we are what's known as foster
Otter,
fails.
You're major
Otter might
foster
need a
cats.
sibling.
Otter does not need a sibling.
Oh, Kate, these are so, he is so cute. She is so cute.
Now, do we have any kind of papers or anything on these animals if they come up from the south out of, or do we know exactly what these little guys are?
It's a good question. Normally in rescue, we don't know mom or dad. In this case, we saved the mom who was pregnant.
Oh, God
She
bless.
was a lab mix, but we never really know dad.
Well, with your shelter, a
I
lot
had
of
the same upbringing.
yeah, but a lot of the problem in the South is people really generally don't neuter their dogs in the South.
right.
And that's part of the problem, and you guys, I imagine to some capacity, are encouraging neutering of pets.
Of course. We highly focus on education about spay and neutering, how to prevent overpopulation. We educate, we have a WAGS Kids program where we want families to become involved. Because if you learn at a young age how to be compassionate and what these dogs need, then you become a good human.
And this weekend in Amagansett, the weeks to follow, you're out in other places in the Hamptons.
Other places, lots of involvement with Barry's Boot Camp, Lifted, so if you wanna get your, workout in and also
Puppy
play with
yoga?
puppies,
Wow.
that we did puppy
we
yoga
did it.
last
Oh my
weekend.
God.
I could press one of these. 10
Yeah,
at a time.
absolutely.
We have
Yeah, but the dog wouldn't like you, Bill, that's the only problem.
Yeah, you can totally bench press a puppy.
Just
I
like
think
my dog.
I think that one likes
They are,
Patrick.
they're adorable. And
No.
9 more this weekend.
9
in
more this
Amagansett.
weekend, and then we'll be at Dylan's Candy Bar.
Oh,
We'll be at many shopping events, so if they go to wagsandwalks.org under events in New York, they'll see every Thursday through Sunday in July, there's something going on.
Now, these
right?
guys will be in Amagansett Square this
They
weekend,
sure will.
Saturday from 9 to 5.
Yes.
Wow.
There's also an event in Bridgehampton later in the month at McLaughlin's,
Jay McLaughlin, yeah, there you go.
so that'll be on July 27th.
Oh, please come back and please bring us more
We'd love
adoptable
to.
puppies. We know these two will be gone
We
any
hope,
minute now.
we know. We have your website, so let's show everyone if they wanna get in touch with you.
Good idea.
There we go. Oh, look at all these, there's a complete event. So you'll have the schedule of all the events coming up on your website.
Yeah, and also be sure to follow us on Instagram
Okay.
Wags and Walks,
at
yep.
Wags and Walks.
Wags
Yep. .org.
Wagsandwalks.org.
What?
That's the website.
Website.
Website. Oh, but I was
For
saying.
all those
wagsandwalks.org.
IG people, it's just at Wags and Walks.
Okay.
Leslie and Kate, thank you so much for joining us. We really,
having
really
us.
appreciate it. Hey,
Oh my gosh.
stick around, we'll show the weather now, and maybe one of the dogs could do the weather.
Yeah,
Oh,
sounds like it.
Absolutely,
You
green
are so
screen.
cute.
Probably
You are
not
so
gonna happen.
cute.
Oh, it's gonna be kind of overcast for you tomorrow, Saturday in Amagansett.
But no rain, but no rain.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be about a high of 78, a low of 70, and UV is at 6. We are looking at kind of I would say an overcast weekend in general, but we've had such we probably arguably had the most beautiful June we've ever had in the Hamptons.
That's absolutely true.
And if you're just joining us, this is Weekend Live, the Hamptons Now. I'm Bill McCuddy, along with the man. Oh, look at that! It's
Oh,
behind
wow,
us
I've got the
now.
clouds now.
This is just way too expensive. We can't afford these kind of effects. We mentioned earlier the movies all through Sunday might be a good movie weekend. Yes, there are coming soon some older movies, but Despicable Me 4 is at East Hampton. Also Inside Out 2, which is incredible if you haven't seen it. Quiet Place Day One, something called Maxine, and then something I can't recommend called Kinds of Kindness.
You really did not like
I
that
don't
movie.
like
The
that.
trailer looks actually pretty good.
Maxine is also at Sag Harbor, and the kids' movie is The Goonies this weekend. So that's
It'd be fun to see The Goonies on a big screen again, actually.
We're going to have a little, yes, it would. It'd be like, by the way, we want to continue to promote the Hampton Summer Songbook by the Sea. That's happening here at, oh, look, there's a picture of Despicable Me 4.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Despicable Me 4, Quiet Place Day 1.
The Hampton Summer Songbook is going to have people like Tova Feldschuh and some other great folks coming here to LTV this weekend on Saturday night. Jeff Harnar joins us. So if you're familiar with his work, a great cabaret singer who was known by Dave Karger, our earlier guest, said, oh yeah, he's great. I haven't seen him, but he's here this weekend.
And you're doing a great job tap dancing right now.
Why? What am I doing?
You're tap dancing.
Okay.
You're doing very well. You're doing very well.
We have lots of things happening.
We don't have
this
our real
weekend.
estate roundtable this week because Melissa Cohn was unavailable. But
Let's talk about this weekend in the Hamptons, July 4th. It may be the worst traffic I have ever seen out here, and I've come up with a theory, and I'm going to run it by you.
Go ahead.
If you live out here, never drive east or west. And I know that sounds like a joke.
That's true.
Try to go north and south. If you're in East Hampton, discover the Springs. If you're in Bridgehampton, go to Sag Harbor. If you're in Southampton, go over to Hampton Bays. Yes, one of our sponsors.
Or go to Greenport even. You can go to Greenport.
Or go to the North Fork.
Go to the North Fork.
and South is working much better this weekend than East or West.
That's absolutely true.
Just
That's absolutely true.
Little tip. Tag sales we want to talk about, but first, do you want to go to the...
Well, I will say that the real estate market is picking up a little bit, if you want to ask me a little bit about what's
Yes,
going on.
how is the real estate market doing? Would you say
Rentals?
it's picking up a little bit?
It is picking up. You know what?
Does anybody even look on the 4th of July weekend? Are there any open houses?
There are open houses this weekend. They're not exceptionally crowded because people are home doing their barbecues. They have guests. They're entertaining. They're going to barbecues. But it'll pick up in the next week or so. The weather's improved. People are settled. The graduations are over, so now they're out looking.
Yeah, an overcast, as we look at one of the houses now, an overcast weekend is actually a good weekend to go house hunting, right? Because you're not at the beach or you're not by the pool.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why we're showing this. I thought we would toss to this, but and we can take a look
Is that
at
your house? Another one of your houses?
No, this actually is 34 Cobb Isle Road. And this is actually a really beautiful house, 19.25 million. 5 bedroom, 7 bath on 1.7 acres.
This is a whole show. We could
9,700 square feet. And
just
there's
do
an
an
open
hour
house
of open houses.
Saturday, 1 to 3. I
Saturday
would say
open house.
go full screen on this and let's see the house a little bit if we can.
Yeah, we don't. No one wants to.
No
see
one wants
that,
to see my
us in their house.
But look at how pretty that is. It's like it's a really stunning house, and it's gorgeous. It's on. It
Now that's
overlooks some-
staged. What does it cost to stage a house right now?
Probably about 25 grand to stage a house.
And that's you build that
Actually,
into the price of marketing, and you decide that's something you want
Actually,
to do.
I take that back. That might be Butter Lane. I'm not sure which one. That I think is Butter Lane.
That's a nice house.
This is Butter Lane right now. This is 42 Butter Lane.
If you're
6
just
bed,
joining us, this is Weekend Live.
6.5
at Hamptons
bath.
Now. We're looking at houses we have no idea where they are.
3,800
or
square
how much
feet,
they are.
and it's on the market right now for 5.95.
Water
million.
feature.
That's what you know. What it's great to have a water feature.
You know why?
Why?
And that's a Corcoran.
It's a Corcoran listing. We agree.
You can't hear the traffic with a water feature. You got a little trickling water, you don't hear 27.
Yeah, but you can hear the
Right,
planes.
it's 27.
You can hear the planes. Our next guest is somewhere MIA. Do you know that? Tom's not here yet.
Oh, Tom hasn't. Well, I told him near the end of the show. He'll be here in a moment. If you're just joining us, this is Weekend Live, the Hamptons now.
I would love to show Cobb Isle Road if we can again, because that's a really gorgeous, gorgeous house. And I think
Okay,
the
we're
chances
already
in 19
repeating
and a half.
things.
Yeah,
Good.
but we saw it on the thing. Can we
Oh,
show
I
that?
see. Take it full
Take
screen.
it full screen.
So here's.
Can we
if
show?
We can re-rack Cobb Isle Lane.
That would be
I guess
great.
the first thing we looked at. We're live and we prove it every weekend. Thanks for joining
We
us.
can't believe we're still a real show.
You're probably in your house right now because it is overcast a little. Here we go.
There we go.
Now
There we
we-
go. Look at this. Just look at this.
Oh,
Stunning.
man, that's cool.
Yeah. It's $19.5 million.
Wow.
Gorgeous. Modern architecture, like close to the water, on the water, water views.
How much?
No, that's not. Yeah, no, that's watermill.
This is a real question for you.
Go ahead.
How much has the drone impacted how you market things? Because the drone shots in all of these things, when you're outside going up and looking at the views and stuff, are pretty spectacular. And that seems like a game changer. And it's a $300 item that anyone who knows how to operate remote control equipment knows how to shoot.
Well, some brokers do have their own drones, but I would say most of the bigger brokers, we leave it to the professionals who really know how to shoot these things and get the best views possible.
Yeah, this is crazy. This sort of video would have cost $20,000 or $30,000 10 years ago, and now people are cranking them out for. I mean, obviously, it's a great way to sell a house.
Well, you know what? It's sort of, you know what? Where open houses, even 10, 15 years ago, were the only way to see a house. People can preview homes online. So it reduces traffic on the properties, but then again, you get more serious buyers because they've seen the house. They know what it looks like. They know the location.
Good point.
They
And
get a good
also
perspective
online
on it.
now, there are 19 or 20 or 30 pictures of some of these
Yeah,
houses,
well,
which used to be just an exterior and the living room. And you just went, oh, look, the rest of the house looks like.
Yeah, but this is something really special. And to be able to, preview this online.
Who's listing?
This is a woman from Compass, Lori Schifano, very good broker, and this is her listing. Gorgeous, it's stunning. If you have a chance, once again, the open house is going on Saturday, 1 to 3.
Art gallery. Hey,
Isn't that
what else is
beautiful?
happening out here this week? The Hamptons Film Festival outdoor screenings is doing Wizard of Oz next weekend and Jurassic Park the weekend after that. But this weekend we've got a farmers market in East Hampton at Herrick Park. And there's free yoga at Main Beach this weekend.
Do you go do it? Do you do yoga?
I watch the others.
Can we talk about something a little different, though, for a second? I was following a lot of people on Instagram this weekend. Round Swamp Farm was packed. Everything's packed this weekend.
I was in there yesterday.
How long was the line?
It went okay, I'm going to tell you, this is a great story. For those of you watching who don't know what Round Swamp is, everything's like horrendously expensive, but really, really good quality. And I went in there because we have a guest this weekend, a house guest who's a vegetarian, and I wanted to get some. So walk in, and the line from the counter, it's a very small space, the one in Bridgehampton, went all the way around the whole first room, snaked back into the second room, all the way around, almost out the door. So I would say when I got to the back of the line,
What is that, a half
there
hour?
were 45 to 50 people ahead of me. And I made the mistake of saying to the woman in front of me, I hope you picked up some breakfast someplace in this store because we're going to be here all night. And the woman working there, a young woman, said, my women are working behind the counter. You'll be gone in 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. And she was exactly right.
They're actually the staff there
Very
are,
efficient.
and not only that, they're incredibly kind and courteous, and I've seen like fisticuffs over
Somebody got a little
over the
snotty.
croissants there. So
And she announced
actually-
that if
or
everybody
scones.
wants to bring cash, everything would move a lot faster. And everybody went, oh.
Does anyone bring cash
Nobody has cash anymore. So she shut that down pretty quickly. Round Swamp Farm is in East Hampton. Also,
They have one in Montauk.
And one in Montauk.
and then East Hampton Springs.
Yeah.
So something you printed out, Bill, and I don't know anything about it. I'm just seeing this.
I didn't read it either.
Clash of the we don't want people wearing shorts.
Yeah, I think that's part of the. That's in the Hollywood Reporter this weekend. They're still talking about the Zero Bond Club that tried to open out here, and how the town very quickly changed the rules in East Hampton. Correct me if I'm wrong, and they were sort of blocked out. So lots of new restaurants out here happening. That club didn't happen, and one of the things that came up in the case, I believe, was they don't want people wearing shorts.
You know, there are some restaurants. Is a dress code a bad thing? Listen, I mean, I kind of, you're spending top dollar to eat out here. And if someone comes in, with the flip-flops and the shorts and the tank tops, that's assuming they have permission to wear a tank top because there are people that wear tank tops who shouldn't.
You're spending $500. Wear the big boy pants. Put the
Yeah,
long
you know
pants
what?
on.
Be grown up about it. Like, put some real clothes on.
Yeah.
Well, East Hampton Grill, they have a little card at the desk with their dress code, what they expect.
Really?
Yes.
And what do they expect?
No gym wear, no gym shorts, no tank tops, things like that. They want people to dress like grown-ups.
East Hampton Grill is part of a small chain that is Hillstone and some other places around Manhattan, but it's fantastic. I mean, I used
food's
to gripe that
consistently
they
good.
move you in and out of there pretty
do move
quickly.
you in and out.
Everyone is your waiter, everyone is your waitress, the whole team comes back. But if you can slow their pace down a little, quite amazing. Tag sales this week, and then Tom Kelly joins us. Comedian Tom Kelly is here.
I can't believe he came back.
I don't know. He must have been airlifted here. I don't know how he got through the traffic. We have a tag sale in Bridgehampton, 11 to 4. Rain or shine, antique objects, paintings, many East End artists. That is
Friday.
Saturday and Saturday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
And 37 Hildreth Lane, Bridgehampton.
Right around the corner from you.
And then there's one in Sag Harbor. Tell us about it.
Oh, the one in Sag Harbor. It's photo and art yard sale on Millstone Road, 1125.
It's lovely there this time of year.
Friday through Sunday, 5 to 7. 20 years of local and overseas outdoor images. Cool. All prices range from about $25 to $2,500. So
beautiful.
Loose prints, printed one, matted prints, frame pieces, aluminum prints, Christmas ornaments. You got it. They got everything there. And it's also, you can look online, jimlevinsonphoto.com. And that is Friday the 5th, Saturday the 6th, and Sunday the 7th. Beautiful. And there's one more, barn shop sale in East Hampton. Bill, that's you.
Shut up.
No,
barn
go on
shop
with your bets
sale.
off.
What's a barn shop sale?
I assume it's a shop with a barn and it's a sale.
Power tools, bicycles, and all kinds of 50s and 60s Tonka trucks.
Oh,
that
that's
sounds
cool.
cool. 4 Fresno Place. That's only Saturday, July 6th. Tell them, use promo code Weekend Live for a 50%
Yeah, that'll work.
increase in the price. Hey, coming
No
up
discount.
next, Tom Kelly is going to tell us all about, and we have one of his videos to show you as well, I think. He's going to tell us all about Maine Prospect. Every Friday night, comedy is coming there. Before we do that, let's, if you're just joining us, this is Weekend Live. The picture behind us is nicer than it really is.
It is not. That is obviously pre-recorded.
So let's take a look at the weather. We had rainy conditions on Friday. Saturday,
Yes.
More rainy conditions possible. High 78 and a low of 71. Humidity has been in the 80s all weekend long, and that's what, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. Sunsets at 8:25, and Sunday, more of the same, 78 and 70. What a great weekend to take in a comedy show, and we don't know anybody better than that, than our buddy Tom Kelly, who is a regular now at Maine Prospect, one of the places that you came to last year.
It's where I met you.
That's where we met.
It's where the magic began.
And here we are.
Is that what it was? Magic?
Well, you know, it was, and I'll tell you.
And a restraining order. But,
No,
that's dropped, and now I can be around you.
No. I am so excited to be here, especially because one, Bill needs someone else to book this show because he should have told me 2 and not 2:30.
Well, I didn't want you sitting around waiting to be on the air.
Second one, Bill did tell me there would be problem with the Maps app out here.
Right.
I wish
There is. They suck.
Dude, I drove through someone's yard, literally. Do you know the route I'm talking about? He does. Apple Maps sent me to a dead end and then through a bike path with divots. Thank God I'm driving a Jeep. I dropped it into 4-wheel drive. I will take you there later. I know we're on live, so I can't go back and record the footage.
Okay.
And thank God I didn't.
Can you
because
stand
of
up for a
what?
second? What's going on with this?
Yeah.
Oh my God! I know what your size is and what you paid for those pens.
Yes, wait. Don't distract from the fact that this is a death trap of a TV show.
Yes, and you know what?
And I changed out the parking lot.
This very thing happened in Neil Rosen.
You warned me,
One of
though.
our friends who used Apple also, and he was driving up somebody's driveway, and he hit a gate.
Okay, so there is a gate. The gate happened to be open.
You had the gate.
The gate was open.
I'm still busy trying. I think it's Middle Line. It's Middle Line Road or Middle Line Highway.
I mean, I'll
it's
go
gotta
back
be
later.
Middle
Listen,
Line.
I'll go back later, folks. Follow me, Tom Kelly Show. This is just maybe. Are you doing this next Friday?
Yeah.
Good. Well, then good. Then I just got my invite back. I will
Prospect in Maine.
I haven't booked it. They asked me if I wanted to be there, and it depends on ticket sales tonight whether or not I do. So with this powerhouse of a trio, and the fact that you're checking out my pants.
It's a done deal.
Don't go there. I mean, there's this big red tag there. How
There is. Where's my close-up? Hi. Who's in
pearls.
charge? I
Mini
see a lot of
pearls.
equipment and no staff here. This is the future of television, people. So this is from my last vacation. Okay, I'm wearing pants from Martin's of Maine. Okay, these are actually Lucky Blue jeans. Retail value $100.
Right.
Now Martin's is a surplus store all throughout Maine.
Right.
I got them for $20, and I had my buddy's son Ben Delenick hem them for me. So $100 pants for $30. Take that, Southampton. I'm ready to hang out with rich people.
If you had $100 jeans that were only $19.99, you would wear the price tag all the time.
Though, you know what's funny? As I'm hanging out here in my $100 jeans that I got for $30 hemmed by a 16-year-old boy, I am realizing that we don't wear jeans in the Hamptons, right? I should be wearing pants.
No, everyone
No,
wears
absolutely.
jeans.
People wear jeans?
They wear jeans.
I know the working people over there do, but do you guys wear jeans? Did a blazer class wear
And
jeans?
we were actually talking about how some of the restaurants have dress codes out here and print a little thing when you walk in saying you can't be Tony Soprano. You can't wear a leisure suit or a running suit.
You wear a leisure suit, you can't wear a running suit.
Well,
Okay, do they still make leisure?
Well, first of all, if
Have
they
they
did,
been
I
to
know
dinner
who'd
at
be
your
wearing
house?
it right here, the two of you. But all jokes aside, there's an article in the Hollywood Reporter that came out today that apparently you people, and by you people, I mean
What do you mean,
Caucasian
you
white
people?
males east of Riverhead on the South Fork. Rich people on the South Fork, east of Riverhead, don't want people wearing shorts.
Yeah, we were talking about
That's in the Hollywood Reporter
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's not me.
we printed it out, but we just didn't have time to read it because we're so busy doing the
reads
show.
these
Tap
days?
dancing.
Waiting for
Tap
me to
dancing
show
because
up.
our guest was 20 minutes late. and
What
we had
time?
nothing to
Wait,
do.
was I supposed to be here too?
No, you're fine.
You're
It was
fine.
on
It's just a
time.
bunch of other guests
Our
canceled, so we're
roundtable,
stretching.
our real estate round. My first appearance on the real estate roundtable. It was kind of fun.
I know I wouldn't say so.
Friday nights. Tell us what all summer
So
long.
Friday
is
night,
happening
geez,
at
this is,
Maine
I should be
Prospect.
promoting the show. Maine Prospect is a great restaurant. Our friend Ben Douglas owns it. Honestly, some of the best food I've ever had, ever.
That's unusual at a comedy club. Let's
Yeah,
explain.
and
Let's
then
tell
at
people
a
that
comedy
right now.
club is mind blowing. And Ben, I guess you might know the history of the restaurant, but Ben is a young entrepreneur who said, "Hey, I'm going to turn this into a cool place," and there it is.
Well, he has a comedy background. He worked with the Groundlings out
Yeah.
in Los Angeles.
It's a
and-
very cool place.
It's a
And
good
No,
room.
and it's
It's a
funny
good-
when you go to pop-up comedy shows or seasonal comedy shows, it's hard to find a restaurateur who hosts it who knows comedy, and that's my friend Ben.
Yeah.
Our friend Ben. He has great talent coming up. I know he has TikTok's Shannon Fiddler on.
Right.
I know we have Joey Cola coming out this season, the legendary warm-up comedian from the Drew Barrymore show, and Rosie O'Donnell and Rachel Ray, blah, blah, blah. You have me, the legendary warm-up comedian from
You've
The
done some
View.
warm-up
Yeah, I was going to say
The
you do
View.
warm up for the View and
Oh.
a game show too, don't you?
I just did. Actually, I've done the $100,000 pyramid for years, and
Right.
first time on cable access, YouTube, whatever we call this,
Right.
I can make an announcement that I just worked for 10 days with Shaquille O'Neal out in
Oh,
Las
cool.
Vegas doing a new TV show called Lucky 13, which, hear me now, believe me later, it's going to be a hit.
He's
It's
the host?
He's the host with Gina Rodriguez, who you remember her from Jane the Virgin and a million other acting gigs.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
great.
and the show is produced by people from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Well, that sounds
and
promising.
How does the
It
game work?
is.
Can you just?
More
You
importantly,
know,
can I
I'm not even sure if I'm allowed the legal. By the way, Maine Prospect, no game show at all. Come see me be funny. Instead, watch me here be hyper.
When Shaq sends you
all
emails,
summer
does he
long.
sign it Love Shack?
Wow.
Wow, I wonder. You know what's funny? That's the best dad joke I'm going to hear this weekend. And
Woohoo! Field it, craft it, make it your own. Take it.
next
do
time,
what
you know, when we
want.
get picked up for season 2, I'm going to drop that line. I'm totally stealing it. and
So
taking it.
it's a good game. You can't describe
It's
how
a
the
great.
game
No,
works.
I can.
but
You know
it's
what?
kind of a
You know what? Honestly, if I get screwed for violating NDA, I'd rather it be with you, my friend.
Thank
By the way, no one's watching this anyway, so the
No,
answer.
you know what? You'd be surprised who.
Oh, we'd be stunned.
Me,
be
yeah,
stunned.
me too. Me too.
Hey, but by the way, since you did their show for Air Hamptons, the radio
Right,
TV
right.
show, you and I have been following each other on
Yeah,
social
I
media.
love your post.
I love your post. By the way, I told them to take one where you did. What town was it again? Not Massapequa.
Massapequa was my hometown. That's
Yeah.
that's where
Here it is. Here it is. Lindenhurst. Can
Oh,
we play? Can we play
please
this
play
live?
that.
I'll play this.
Bring it to the beginning. Bring it to the beginning.
Audio.
They're hearing
Oh,
it.
they're hearing it?
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Fools. Can we hear this?
Well,
No.
there's captions, so don't worry.
At least I don't think it is. There we go. No, we can't. But this is probably, go follow Tom Kelly online.
So long story short, I'm a successful stand-up comedian performing at Maine Prospect tonight, and maybe every Friday if tonight's show goes well. All summer long. I guess I have to start admitting that. I just hate planning ahead. But yeah, all summer long on Friday nights. And the fun thing I was going to say to you was, the Shaquille O'Neal game show. It is mind-blowing.
Right.
It is got Shaquille O'Neal, Gina Rodriguez, two very affable hosts, and each 30-minute chunk, they bring one contestant on with a chance to win $1 million.
Ooh, could you get us on that show?
I can give you the place to send
a demo tape?
Entertainment.
So-
Entertainment.com to sign up for
What
it.
do you have to do
But
to
the
win the
gimmick is you have to answer 13 true or false questions. And then you have to guess how many of them you got right, and you have to be correct on that answer within a range, or you get nothing. And the speed through the explanation.
Oh my God! Whoa!
And there you go. And that's how I felt the first time. But it's addictive, dude.
And
It
is there like a
addictive.
halfway point where you can cash out for $100
No,
grand?
they do have a half out where they give you a chintzy offer to cash out on. And like the easy way to say it is the max reasonable prize you can get is if you get between, let's say, 10, 11, or 12 right, you can get $100,000 plus a $25,000 bonus if you guess exactly how many you got right. But let's say you guessed, you would get 12 right, and you got 13 right. You walk away with nothing.
I see. So it's a
That's
Yeah.
really
So
those
there's
bastards.
push everything into the middle.
bastards.
And that's where they're saving all the money. Lots of promises, nothing delivered.
Did you
Just
see
like
anybody?
dating me, ladies.
Did you see anybody win a lot of money on this?
I'm not
without
allowed to
telling
say
us?
any of
Can't
it.
tell you. It's all. It's
Yeah, that's
And where is this premiering and when?
ABC Thursday, July 18th. And so that's where I was all month long. That's why I haven't been returning your calls. And that's where the Massapequa video
Does Shaq want to do a
Oh.
game show for the rest of like a while?
First of all, Shaq is a billionaire or
Right.
damn close
So
to
that's
it.
my point.
He can do whatever he wants. And that's the magic of Shaq. This is a great story.
Wait, Magic's on it with Shaq? What?
No, gosh darn it! I knew you knew sports.
No, I don't.
I knew the real estate agent knew sports.
No, he doesn't.
So no, but the funny one with Shaq is so it was an audience that was coming back a lot in Las Vegas. And the second day of taping, Shaq and Gina said to the crowd, you guys have been here for a long day. We're gonna send someone out to go buy 2 laptops, and we're gonna raffle them off to one of you. Then
That's
another
pretty
time
cool.
he just said, "Hey guys, we've been here. You're hungry. I'm gonna get you 50 Papa John pizzas for you guys to eat before you go home."
What a nice guy.
Another day, just got an ice cream truck, and that's
Is
the
it
magic
shot?
of him.
Is it shot in a casino? So it's in a casino room or in a?
No, it's shot in a. It turns out there's a lot of tax incentives to do business in Las Vegas right now, and the only thing keeping Vegas from destroying New York right now is the 110-degree weather right now.
Right.
That was the killer, was just having to go outside. But it's a beautiful studio, not unlike the building you're in, also in the middle of nowhere, and but those roads paved.
And their taxes are probably cheaper.
Well, that's it. They without getting political, New York has been letting tax incentives for studios like this to expire. And in Vegas, if we could bring Hampton Live to Vegas, we might actually start turning a profit on this here.
I like the idea of us in Vegas.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So how are Hampton's audiences with stand-up?
Oh
Are they?
my
Are they?
God.
Do they stand like in the back with their arms crossed and?
People like to laugh.
Okay,
everywhere.
so
Do Hampton's people like to laugh? I
so
don't
as a whole,
as a whole.
As a whole, I love Hampton's audiences. They're a little bit tight. I'm not gonna lie to you, because there's 2 types of people. There are the wealthy tourists, and then there are the townies who hate them. The regulars
Yes,
who hate
correct.
them. Am I correct about that?
You are correct, sir.
Folks, if you are ever in the Hamptons and there is somebody serving you from the Hamptons being kind to you, that's just someone looking for a tip. That's it. Am I right?
Probably true.
And even you're in real estate, so if you're nice to an outsider, that's just someone trying to sell you some crap, and he's gonna gossip on you
Their
the
job
minute you're
is
out
to
of here.
serve you.
He knows me well.
I do, and who'd have thought? And by the way, your posts are real estate porn. I love them. When I see the picture, I'm like, I want this. This is what I want in my life. And then I go, yeah, price check. I'm out. Back
These
to me.
2 do follow each other.
Yeah.
We do. I told you.
Just joining us.
But I
this
really
weekend
want. I
live.
want to get a tour of Lindenhurst with you sometime.
Dude,
Now.
Lindenhurst is the next hot thing. You're wasting yourself on volume. Whatever you're making in a high commission here, you're losing in volume
Volume
on
in Lindenhurst. And the pizza's real. What's the one pizza place in Lindenhurst? You said it's like really
Well,
good.
I like Spasso's Pizza
Yeah.
in Lindenhurst. And I've been told that if you want to start a fight in Nassau or Western Suffolk,
Right.
Just say blank is the best pizza place, and the hate mail starts coming in. I said Spasso's is the the best pizza place in Lindenhurst, and I stand by that. The owner is kind. The pizza is solid. You can't sit down. You know, it's sort of newer. The guy's gone in. The guy had one place in Lindenhurst, sold it, went to another town, made a lot of money, and came back. Blah blah blah. So, but anyway, everybody's got an opinion. They're like, dude, you hate America if you don't think this one's the best pizza place.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Wait,
Is
if you
Lindenhurst one
just
of the
joined
5
us,
towns?
This is
No.
This is
What are the 5 towns?
This
Can
is
someone
inside.
answer?
Wait, this is Inside Pie, the pizza show that you.
Oh no, but like if you want to make fun of I don't know if it's this bad this far out east, but my hometown of Massapequa, where I have become famous for making fun of. Thank God. The Long Island serial killer was from Massapequa. That has been great for my career. If we could find Jimmy Hoffa buried in the Massapequa Preserve, you're gonna have trouble booking me at Main Prospect every Friday this summer.
He's not kidding, and this
He's
is
not kidding.
this is these videos which started just basically you walking around town and sort of talking.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm hilarious. For the sake of the story, I've been like you. I've been on television. I have done stand-up on network TV. I have money in the bank. Not quite money you guys got, but I got money in the bank. I'm not.
He's the one with the big bucks.
Are you sure?
No, trust me.
Because you're dressed much nicer. There's no price tags on your linen pants. Now.
Yeah, so
I was
that's
going somewhere
you
with all
became
this.
immensely popular.
I am immensely popular within a mile of my mom's house in Massapequa. And
Did your mom
honestly-
follow you?
No, thank God. A lot of energy has been kept in keeping Mr.
off
and
it.
Mrs. Kelly off the internet.
Instagram.
Yeah, off of Instagram and Facebook.
They're not naughty or dirty. They're like
No,
they're just,
but my folks are proper people. My mother has a doctorate in education, and her son is telling fart jokes at Prospect in Maine tonight at 8 o'clock on a Friday in Southampton. My pop's a retired firefighter. They are good, earnest people who moved out from Brooklyn so their kids could live the American dream, and then their kids did not.
Come on, they've got to be proud. You're making a living in a show business, which is incredibly difficult.
They are pleasantly surprised, if not proud of me. No, my parents are very supportive people for 2 people who do not think I'm funny, and I'm okay with that.
They don't think you're funny.
Are they fodder for the act?
They are not, because I'm afraid of my father. There's a few
Lawsuit.
jokes.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
that's very
I am genuinely.
He'll sue.
My father could kick your ass, McCuddy. You watch
Really?
your
In a
back,
bar
buddy
fight?
boy.
McCuddy's wife could kick his ass.
Yeah, well.
The kitten in their house could kick his ass. Let's be real.
No. A lot of money's gone into McCuddy's training here. There's an ab in there since I've been here last.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
An ab. No, but they're good people. No, but without being mean, no, my parents are great people. I talk a little bit about growing up with them, and they're hard to make fun of. Because they're nice people. They just do the right thing. I mean, I was born in Brooklyn, raised on Long Island. I am not poor, but I was raised by people who grew up poor, and that's worse. There was money for if you got sick, but for anything we spent money on and we enjoyed, my mother would tell you how she grew up and played with rocks when she was a kid. And my mother's Sicilian, my dad is Irish. They're both first generation. But yeah,
Oh my God! At least you have someone who can cook in your family if your mother's Sicilian.
yes, and
Thank God it
sadly,
wasn't the other way around.
We do have someone who can cook in the family, but she makes my father do it. And now she'll burst into tears if she ever sees that clip. Yeah, she'll be very upset.
Turn the set off, Mrs. Kelly.
No, but my mother and father they're a dream couple. My dad retired from being a firefighter and helped my mom become a big shot in education on Long Island. They're cute. But the fun one about my father is he's cheap. Or cheap is a strong word, but
frugal. He's frugal.
He's frugal. Listen, he paid for his 2 idiot sons to go to college. I went to college up in Connecticut. Ever hear of Yale? I went to school right down the block from there. And
As I always like to say, I was going to go to Yale, but then they got my application.
No, and that's me with 19 other schools. My folks are great though in that we grew up with a black and white TV until 1986.
No way.
Yeah, 86. Color TV was invented 20 years earlier. My father was like, "Oh, it's the same picture. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need?" And then once we got the color TV, that was and he wasn't wrong. That was what do you call it when the dam just finally bursts?
The levee.
The levee burst. The levee burst because
And
then
he loved color then?
no, he could care less. But then we got a VCR.
Oh, then that's a whole other stratosphere.
No,
And that's a whole nother show. Tom Kelly.
And then I would say though, I would say to my mother, Mom, why don't we go on vacations like the other kids? And she'd be like, your life is a vacation. you have grass now.
It sounds like it. We'll take this
Prospect
grass to
in
her.
Maine.
This is our lovely
Wow.
gift for her.
Take it,
at
Prospect
Maine,
in
Wow, all the money I'm saving on pants is going into crap
Maine.
from Home Goods.
Maine Prospect. This is Weekend Live. Thanks for joining us. We'll see
Tom,
you
thanks.
again
Thank you,
next
guys.
weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
When we're off air, I'm gonna yell at you.
What do we do?
This time?
Tell me